Приветствую вас, дорогие зрители. Я продолжаю проходить игру под названием Ghost on the Shore. В первой серии, в самой начальной серии, главная героиня, которую зовут Райли, она оказывается на острове. Остров содержит в себе очень много тайн, и сейчас мы ходим по этому острову и пытаемся выяснить вообще, куда делись все люди. Очень довольно-таки интересная игра, я бы сказал, но, опять же, конечно же, не всем понравится. Я лично такие симуляторы ходьбы люблю, где что-то можно узнать каким-то образом, добыть информацию, где-то, может быть, разгадать какую-то загадку. Посмотрим, что будет дальше. Пока что игра мне нравится.
I think you're incredible.
Thank you. That's kind.
How you handle this whole situation, it's pretty amazing.
I should be afraid, I guess. But I'm not. I guess I don't truly believe it's real yet. All of this. You.
That's so funny. Last time I heard that, I fell off my dinosaur.
Did you just make a joke? Terrible joke at that. This is hard. You try exploring an island with a roomie that won't shut up for a second.
I am, actually, and it's not even my room. You call all the shots, I just have to shut up and sit it out?
Yes! Sorry. I realize it's not easy for either of us. Still amazes me. So many gorgeous little things that have been left here.
You should take whatever you like. Nobody's gonna need it anytime soon.
I can't do that. Those things have been here for so many years. Decades even. It's not mine to take.
Maybe you're meant to find them. Maybe the rogues want you here.
That would explain why I enjoy this place so much.
Don't forget the amiable company of yours truly.
I swear to God, sometimes you sound like you popped out of a Jane Austen novel. That cottage. It was extremely well preserved. It must have been at least 19th century.
See? Rogues were waiting for you.
Still, I'm not taking anything from here. It just feels wrong.
Beatrice.
What about her?
That was her space, right?
If you mean her office, then I guess so.
It wasn't just her office or her classroom. It meant something to her.
Like a place to redraw?
A sheltered place.
To safeguard the things that matter to her. I can see that.
I'd like to know more about her. I keep thinking about Cordelia Crown.
What about her?
She was this older woman with a lot of money.
Did you want that money?
Of course not.
I had a feeling you'd say that.
Then why ask if you know the answer already?
We don't know anything about you. You two may have history.
God, no. She was horrible.
Well, you could have had horrible history. That sounds like a children's book.
What kind of sick-ass books did you read?
Wait, do you hear that?
No, what?
Why can't you hear it?
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure.
Hiya, diary. I like sitting here. Reminds me of when I was a girl. You see, there were horses here. You can still see their pen and their stables. Secretly, I like to name them and imagine what it must have been like to ride them on that beach there. There would have been a Black Beauty, of course. God, I love horses. They're so wild and free. And when I was riding them as a girl, I felt the same. Wild and free. The wind blowing back my hair, the thundering hooves. Why did that feeling ever stop? And why did I think I'd find it here? The horses are long dead. And I'm trapped. On this island. In my head. With him.
I remember those horses. And the Evanslands. We leased a horse from them whenever we had a cargo that needed to go over the hill.
We?
The Islanders.
This is recent. You think there's a shepherd around still?
These sheep don't need a shepherd. It's a breed that doesn't even need to be shaven.
You can't possibly know this.
I know this because that's what the farmers used to keep around here. I was there.
Oh, right. Fuck. What's that?
Come on, honey. I want to drink this tea while it's still hot.
Mom, did you know that Rebecca from the grocery store has seen a will-o-wisp?
Has she?
Have you ever seen one?
No. Cheese or haddock sandwich?
Cheese, please. Just maybe Daddy's turned into one. A will-o-wisp, I mean.
Now you know that's not true. Daddy left. I know it's hard, but we have to accept it.
Just maybe is all. I asked Miss Jessup about will-o-wisps, but she said they're poppycock. She said there are no such things as ghosts who drift along the marshes. And the sooner I let go of such romantic notions, the better.
Oh well, she might be right about that one.
Riley, what was that? Did you do that?
I'm not sure. Was it real?
I saw them too, if that's what you mean.
Who are they?
I remember the little girl, Pixie,
Pixie.
always running around the islands looking for adventures, discovering new clues to grand mysteries. Her words, not mine.
Little girl. Her dad abandoned her. You saw that, right?
I did.
Who does that?
I wish my dad had left.
Tell me about your dad.
He was a brute.
How so?
I don't remember much. Just as vile. He was horrible.
There was an epidemic.
The fever. That's what killed Ethel's entire family.
Must have been a nightmare. A graveyard. So many lives lost. All gone.
This is valuable information, though.
I know. We should take a look at these headstones. Nora Crown.
Doesn't that sound vaguely familiar to you?
It does. Her name was in that newspaper article we found back at the school.
Cordelia Crown. We know all about her.
Compton.
Look at the date. 18th of June, 1833.
Same as Cordelia Crown. You think there's a connection?
It's possible.
Oh shit. It's Beatrice Parker from the school. That's so sad. Scruff.
Died in 1944. That's late.
Archie, that sounds so sweet.
I have left the troubled ocean.
That doesn't sound so sweet.
Oh, I remember him. Bad news, that guy.
How so?
Smuggler, I think.
Softly at night, the stars are shining on you.
Ethel. She lived so much longer than her family. She was so strong. I don't know how she managed. Dylan Sprouse.
A constable? Didn't know the islands had a police force.
Neither did I.
Look, it's Terence, the baker. He never left.
I am such a silly goose sometimes. Thought the evil spirit wouldn't follow me into a church. Shut up! Maybe I've seen too many movies. God, if you're listening, this spirit is evil. Hear me? Evil. Yes, I'm talking about you. I hear him all the time. Sometimes I wish I had gone back with the others. At least I could have talked to a psychiatrist or something. Now it's just me and him. Stop! These people you talk about, they've been dead for so long. Why does it matter? I don't understand any of it. I don't care about Cordelia Crown or why she thought she needed to confess. I want a bit of peace in my head. Yes, you gave me Seabrook, but you want me to stay on that beach forever. But why? Yes, I'm listening. Father Thomas, yes. He's the one that taught you to read, I remember. So he was here when it all happened.
Was she talking to you?
Not as far as I know.
Father Thomas.
You think he knew me?
Maybe he taught you how to read.
This is about Beatrice. From the school. A cornerstone of this community.
Cordelia Crown. Oh,
What? What does it say? Did she come to the priest?
shh. Trying to read, Josh.
Who's it from?
Pixie.
The little girl?
I guess she grew up. Cordelia Crown.
Died in 1833.
We already knew that. Father Thomas. I'm glad we're out of there.
You don't like churches?
I don't like graveyards especially. Beatrice Parker. That name sticks. Beatrice Parker.
What about her?
Father Thomas mentioned her in his journals.
She was a force to be reckoned with. Everyone knew that.
People feared her?
Some, I'm sure. But most went to her for help. She never refused anyone.
Wish she was here now, to help you move out of my head.
Are you frowning?
No, I'm not frowning.
I can't tell if you're annoyed. I can't see your face.
I'm not annoyed. It's my head. You're talking at full volume here, and I can't turn you off. And don't say you're sorry. They say that when you're still and you listen, you can hear your soul.
They do?
They do. Josh, are you my soul talking to me?
You don't think I'm real?
We've found no evidence of your existence here.
But I know things. Things you don't.
You're probably right.
And I'll try harder to remember things.
That's sweet. Thank you.
Dear Diary, today I paid another visit to Scruff's place. Pine Water Bay. I love that word. I wasn't talking to you. To my tape recorder. It's like a journal, I told you. Can you just be quiet for 2 seconds? So, as I was saying, Scruff. He abandoned his family. Who does that? He did too, and you let him. I read his letters. I don't care what you said. I understand about the sorrows of war. Dad was never the same after the Rim War, but he came back for me. Those girls did not have to grow up without a father. He did have a choice. You always have a choice. And so did you. You should have let him go. No, bollocks. You do know how. You could have let both of us go if you tried. Oh, piss off, Josh. I don't want to talk to you anymore.
She said, Josh, she called you by your name.
Margot,
You were in her head?
I don't understand.
Как будто истории повторяются. Она тоже видела все записи. Все абсолютно.
Soldiers. Maybe the skipper was one of them.
I don't know. Not many islanders went to the First War.
Maybe he wasn't from the islands. He was a soldier.
Lewis Doyle.
He went to war.
The First War.
The horror he must have seen.
I remember that one lad. This picture's from the Second War.
So this Lewis Doyle was involved in both wars.
Whoever owned that boat had military history, that's for sure.
I wonder, though. Why did he go to war?
People generally didn't have a choice. They were drafted. And sometimes fighting a war seemed a better prospect than starving to death.
It's awful. Did you see those names on the wall?
Yeah, I think they were soldiers. I used to know a Joseph. I'm sure of that.
Did he go to war?
I think so. Maybe even on that boat.
Maybe the skipper took them.
Scruff! That's right! That's what we called him!
You know this man.
Perfectly!
Josh, it's happening again.
You never send them.
They're meant to live here with me, not go out into the world.
Letters are meant to be read.
Maybe, my boy. And then again, maybe letters are just meant to be written. Huh?
I don't understand.
My gals, they're happier without me. No. They have lives, loves. I'm a sad old man who's seen more death than I care to share. And these hands, I killed with them. Can't wash that war away, no matter how many years at sea.
But those hands, they've also healed.
Healing doesn't make up for the taking of a life. There's no return from that.
Why write it all then?
I love my daughters. Think about them all the time. And I suppose I want to remind them and myself of all the good parts. Yeah, there's no sense to it. But it works for me. They have a new family now, and I have you, no? Lord knows you need someone to take care of you. Let's go find a spot for this one, my boy.
What about 3 sisters?
3 sisters. Yes, that works beautifully.
Scruff. That was Scruff. Exactly like I remember him.
I didn't see you. You weren't there.
I was already dead.
You were in his head, too. never finished this one. Must have died suddenly.
From a broken heart. Literally, his heart failed. Still, he refused to leave me.
I'm sorry. I really don't get why he buried his letters in these. His daughters probably thought he was dead.
And he liked it better like that.
No label, no nothing. Was he making his own liquor?
No, they look older. At least 19th century? He missed his girls so much.
Then why didn't he go home? I know this picture. It was at that first cabin we found.
Carrie's, yes. That's her.
And that's Scruff.
Thick as thieves, those two.
Kerry was feeding him.
Let's say they fed each other. He'd go fishing or hunting boar.
Do you know who this is?
Archibald O'Sullivan. We called him Archie. A gardener. At the lodge, I think.
A receipt for bottles.
That name Compton. We've seen it before.
In the graveyard.
Callum Compton.
Do you see that date?
June 18th?
I'm sure I've seen it before. Why did he think that place was so important? What happened there? These are beautiful pictures, but why did he put them up here?
He must have found something there. Murder. Here on the islands.
Oh my god! Josh! Look! That's your name.
That's not Scruff's handwriting.
Where'd you get these notes? Is this about you?
September 1939. My sweets, as you've probably heard, war has struck again. We humans never seem to learn from our mistakes. During the First War, I was a medic, and my mission was to save the boys. But there were so many I couldn't help. Sometimes I had to make a choice over who should live and who should die. I essentially killed one to save another. The smell of death, the bodies, the blood, the screams of agony. They never let you go. I wish I could imprint all that upon these young boys who are enlisting. Their lives are never going to be the same. I cannot make them see. Instead, they're filled with excitement for the adventures they believe are ahead. I know no way to help, so I take them. My boat and I deliver them to the front line. My friend Carrie told me the myth of Carol, the ferryman to the river Styx. I feel like I too am delivering these boys to the underworld. All I can offer is a safe passage, but I cannot save them. In these dark days, I don't know if I can save Josh either. My head is a swirl, and I'm no closer to having an answer. That boy is my heart, and I have to help him. I'm so sorry to have written such a grim letter. I only make it through these times knowing you are in the world. Your loving father.
Ready or not, he could have ended this.
He didn't have a choice.
No, he didn't. He should have faced his kids, shared his sorrow. Everything in there. It's as if he was conducting his own investigation.
You mean I've been through this before?
I think Scruff was looking for you in the history of these islands, yeah.
Why am I still here then?
Maybe he died before he could finish it? The pictures and the drawings, do they mean anything to you?
What do you mean?
The drawing of that man. So much pain in his eyes. What's wrong with this place? Why are so many people so sad?
There's happy people. I'm happy.
You're dead.
They're all dead.
I know that.
Anyway, I don't know that man. Or why Scruff put him up there on his wall.
So, Scruff lived here mid-20th century. And he investigated your death.
My death? I don't like it when you say it out loud like that.
I know this isn't an easy topic for you. We have to think about what that means.
It means that not everything I remember happened when I was alive.
And that there may have been others that you could talk with.
We should find them.
Josh? I have a little confession to make. I'm actually glad I met you.
Oh, all right. I think you just made me blush.
I wish we could have met in person.
You want to see my pretty face?
Well, I admit, I wouldn't mind knowing what you look like.
If you can set me free, who knows? Maybe I'll crystallize into a prince.
A frog, more likely.
If we can figure out why I'm stuck here, maybe we can make that happen. I remember Nora on that beach, with her daughter Pixie.
It was their home.
What are you thinking?
It's so weird that you're in my head, but you can't know what I'm thinking.
You should be glad. So, what's on your mind?
This house. How I would like to walk out of this house every morning.
With a mug of tea.
You got that right. But none of those black leaves for me. I prefer hot steaming ginger tea.
That's what Carrie used to drink. Scruff hated it. He was a man of black tea with a cloud of milk, and it just had to be so.
Hang on. Nora Crown. She's Pixie's mother. And Cordelia Crown is Nora's mother.
So Pixie,
She's the granddaughter of Cordelia Crown.
the girl's a crown.
Is that hair?
Yes, to remember the deceased. Whose journal is this?
Nora.
That's Pixie's mother.
Yeah, the woman from the picnic.
And from the eulogy in the priest's notebook. Remember?
She was married.
Always. My love.
That sounds nice. I'd like that. Always. Coleridge. His words get me every time.
I wandered lonely as a cloud.
That floats on high o'er vales and hills. That's Wordsworth.
I like him better.
I love you, Tig. You know that. You and me, we're both fighters. So you're gonna have to be strong without me. You're gonna have to keep watch. Make sure no one enters this beach without me knowing about it, okay? Might be Daddy. And I might not be here. And I can't miss him. I can't not talk to him, or he might leave again. But if I tell him I love him, if I tell him I'm sorry, then he'll stay. I know he will. Okay, Tig? I'll be back before nightfall, so you're not alone. I know you're scared of the dark.
Why did she keep these here? Why not back at the house?
My bet is she didn't want Nora to know.
Oh, this is interesting.
She really did picture herself as a true detective.
Oh, I love this. I wish I had a necklace like that.
Maybe someday, when you're all grown up.
I used to draw maps like these, of imaginary worlds with fairies and mermaids.
Why did you stop?
I had to grow up. Is this a backpack?
Shoulder bag, used specifically when hiking.
Looks like she did a lot of that. Josh, it's Tig.
She loved that stuffed animal so much.
I had a soft dog like that. I would hug it every night, needing its little head on my chest to fall asleep. I still have it on my boat. What was she looking for?
She reminds me of you.
She's nothing like me. I just don't understand why she kept looking for her dad.
Because she believed in him. Isn't there anything you ever believed in? With your whole heart?
I believed in Santa Claus, and he never came after my mom died. Oh my God, it's her!
Why are you here?
I don't scare easily. You can drop the act.
I saw you leaping about on the beach. Why?
A storm dragged me here. I didn't choose this.
You could have left by now. You don't carry any sleeping bags or bedrolls. You're not prepared for this. What are you plotting?
I see. You expect answers. Let me ask you a question instead. Who are you?
Why, Beatrice Parker.
From the school?
Head mistress.
Look, I don't know the right or wrong of this, but I need to figure out how I can help this ghost that's stuck here. And maybe, just maybe, you can help me. Or a ghost yourself, also stuck.
I don't see a ghost.
He's not here.
Are you denying the words you just said?
He's in my head.
So you're imagining him.
Okay, stop. Can you help me help him? I'd like to know about a girl named Pixie.
She's dead, honey.
I know that. It's about the Crown family. I want to know about them.
But if it's their home you're looking for, you should try the lodge on Little Rogue.
Thank you.
One word of advice. Don't trust that ghost of yours. I used to know everybody here. And I've never heard of him. Goodbye.
На этом я остановлюсь и уже продолжу в следующий раз.